Jackson, Jim's Fuckeries. Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And Saw is back.
Oh, fuck yeah, I can't wait for that piece of shit.
Cut off your fucking leg and crawl to the fridge to get your burritos.
The entire franchise of Saw has it's basically become the new final destination, but it's almost like getting into like an Airheads bag and maybe getting a good flavor.
Mystery.
Like you reach in and you're like, maybe, and fuck root beer.
But like, how long has it been since like a really, really good movie came out of Saw? I think it was
Saw 7.
Saw. I think it was.
Well, the first Saw was
Saw.
But it's weird. Like I can't remember, but there were some good storylines. I just can't remember them. They're all like mishmashed in there.
They do. They ride together in this green foamy darkness of a bathroom.
You gotta dive deep in and become the Toxic Avenger.
The first one was it was a great film. Like it was the first one. I mean, you might like some of the Saw films. I like some of the Saw films. Some of the Saw films are good, and sometimes you go back and watch one of the sequels, and you're like, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Back then, when you're inundated in all of the Saw movies that were coming out, it might have seemed like more shit, but you go back and watch it and it's like, oh, that was kind of good. But for the most part, the only truly memorable one, the only one that I would call a great film is definitely the first movie.
Yeah, and that was it.
The sequel was okay. 3 was okay.
And
after that, I don't even talk about it.
And it spawned so much sex talk in the bedroom afterwards. Like, I want to play a little game. Put a dildo in your butt.
I never did that, Jay.
Well, I didn't either. Sure. I heard from a friend that they got it on.
But you still love Saw. It has created its place in the big franchises of horror. So it's definitely something we're talking about. It's definitely something we're getting excited about. Like you said, there's always a chance. There's always a little chance that it's gonna be a great film.
I'm reminded of like a studio head like with all like the Saw movies. It's like a cauldron. He's like
like a Game of Thrones intro.
Yeah, he's like mixing all the ingredients. And it could be good. It could the Quinta Orcha, and then something explodes in your face. And whether it could be a fart smoke or it could be some good shit.
So Jigsaw came out, right, and then it was all like, oh, we're redoing it. We're starting from the bottom, and now we're here. We're reimagining everything, and it was just kind of like, it wasn't even that great at all. But new news, I don't know. This doesn't say if it's going to be a sequel. They don't say if they're going to follow up Jigsaw or follow up the other Saw films. But there is a new Saw film coming out, and this was just announced today, actually, in Lionsgate, who we all know. Whenever I think of Lionsgate, I think of Saw.
I think of Gate of Lions.
Oh, okay. Whenever I see Lionsgate and those fucking gears are grinding, I think of Saw immediately. And Lionsgate's teaming with Chris Rock. That fucking Chris Rock to make a new Saw movie. And Chris Rock actually came to them with the idea, and they loved it so much that he's going to be an executive producer on the project. They're running with it. They're using the writers from Jigsaw. They're using the director who did Saw 2, 3, and 4. And then
I don't know. Okay, look, if you're using the writers from Jigsaw to help move this movie along and catapult it, it's kind of like using the lawyers that failed in your divorce case. You're like, oh, fuck, I got nothing.
This time,
I got nothing. So, I mean, it's possible that Chris Rock does have a really, really good idea for the franchise going forward, and maybe give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the news is.
Yeah, so yeah, it's Chris Rock, and what they said, when Chris Rock came to us, described in chilling detail his fantastic vision that reimagines and spins off the world of the notorious Jigsaw killer, we were all in. So right there, it's a reimagining / spin-off, so I don't think it's going to follow dead set in the sequel pattern or anything like that. That kind of answers that question, but not for sure, so we still don't really know. They said Saw is one of the highest-grossing horror franchises of all time. True. And it's one of Lionsgate's most successful film series. True. Mm-hmm. This upcoming film will still be as mind-bending and intense as all the previous Saw films. Like, saying it's going to be just as good as Saw 6. It's like, I don't know.
I got to go back and watch it. I don't have my memo with me or my clip notes.
TPS report.
I mean, yeah, it's like, again, you can't remember every fucking plot line because they've been all over the place. Like, do I have a Cliff Notes version of that somewhere? Because I don't remember.
Which one is the guy in the box with the
something happened with the needles.
Chris conceived this idea, and it will be completely reverential to the legacy of the material while reinvigorating the brand with his wit, creative vision, and passion for this classic horror franchise.
So, based on the paragraph alone and what they're saying, or the quote, it seems like Chris Rock is going to go the route of, because it says up there, it says right there, it says spin-offs of the world of Notorious Jigsaw Killer. So I'm thinking maybe like copycat killing. Because they've already done that shit, though. Yeah, they've already done that. So if that's going to be what you're going for, it's not going to work. But maybe I'm reading it wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me. Like Chris Rock is thinking like, hey, so, you know, maybe Jigsaw set up like an idea for people, like the ones that really believed his cultish bullshit, like, you know, the ones that, you know, if you love life so much, you'll fight for it, and then have a spin-off of people doing the same thing.
Maybe it'll be Brad Pitt and Fight.
Well, I guarantee you that they're not going to get the guy
Tyler
back.
Durden.
Well, maybe they could. The guy that played
Tobin Bell.
Tobin Bell. Like, Tobin Bell was great, but Tobin Bell, like, at some point, he's like, come on. I can't do this anymore. I take Ricola. Like,
I'm too old for this shit.
God damn, I'm Danny Glover's. But yeah, so I don't know.
My birthday.
But again, I don't want to jump to conclusions because, again, these comedy guys have come out swinging lately, and they've been throwing some new, fresh ideas into dead franchises that I didn't think were ever gonna get reinvigorated. Not from a comedy guy, anyway.
Yeah, let's be honest though. Chris Rock, when you bring Chris Rock into it, it raises eyebrows, and you go, Chris Rock? Saw? What? What is this banana doing in my tailpipe?
Like House Party 4.
Hey man,
shut the fuck up.
I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it actually doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Chris Rock is a smart dude. He's a super talented guy. He's hilarious. He's done a bunch of shit that's been awesome. He's also done a bunch of shit that sucked, but really none of it's had anything to do with horror, so it doesn't tie into that at all. Really, Chris Rock having something to do with it doesn't mean anything except for the fact that whatever he brought to them, like, Chris Rock can get an interview, or can get a meeting with just about anybody, right? So he gets a meeting with him, and whatever he laid out to him, they were like, oh my god, Chris Rock wants to talk to us about Saw, alright. And then he laid it out to him, and whatever it was fucking good enough for them to be like, yes, we're doing it, you're the one, let's go. And that's interesting. What's weird though is they said Chris wants to put his own spin on the Saw franchise in the way Eddie Murphy put a completely fresh perspective on buddy cop films with 48 Hours. That's a strange statement. It's just weird. The new Saw is going to be an event film in the making for horror fans. It will have all the twists and turns and hardcore layers that our fans expect, directed by one of the masters of the craft, Daryl Lynn Boseman. We can't wait to get started. Now, Daryl Lynn Boseman directed Saw 2, 3, and 4. Some of the most monetarily successful films of the franchise, but again, it's not like James Wan's directing from the first one, so
yeah,
feel how you want. Chris Rock brings the idea to Lionsgate. They say, we love your idea. We're going to have you executive produce the film, so clearly he believes in it. He's not just spouting shit. The writers, the guys from Jigsaw, don't really know what that means. The director, Daryl Lynn Boseman, let's look at what Daryl Lynn Boseman's directed. Take our opinion off of that. A film called Identity Lost, then you got Saw, then you got Saw 2, then you got Saw 3. Repo the Genetic Opera, the short.
I never saw that.
I saw the film, which he did as well, which was pretty entertaining. It was a pretty good movie. Saw 4, he did Mother's Day, I don't know what that is. 11-11-11, don't know. Devil's Carnival, I don't know. The Barons, I don't know. Emily Autumn, Fight Like a Girl, video short. Angelus, TV movie. Tales of Halloween, a segment. Alleluia, The Devil's Carnival, Abattoir, RGK and Sabrina Kern, Alone Land, Saint Agatha, and The Death of Me.
Well, first off, it's sold. He did Saint Agatha. For God's sake.
Saw 2, 3,
he did
4.
Saint Agatha.
Definitely his claims to fame. So I've been calling him a visionary horror director. I pump the brakes. But I'm not trying to be negative. All right, it could be great. Maybe Chris Rock's idea is enough to like take this thing to fucking stratosphere butt fuck.
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We're gonna have a lot of fuck buckeries,
and it's exciting. It's exciting to talk about either way.
Yeah. So Saw is the final destination, pretty much where it is right now. Like, and if you're gonna have anybody step in and try to make it something worthwhile and bring it back to the roots of Saw 1. And if Chris Rock's the guy, for sure, like, let's do it. Like, I mean, overall, like, I'm not, like, it's not like they're fucking with something that I'm, like, personally attached to. Like, I'm not personally attached to the project as far as, like, how much I'm in love with Saw franchise. I enjoyed Saw. I remember when Saw first came out, and I bought it on DVD, and I watched it, and I was like, fuck, yeah, this guy. And then, over and over, I kept doing that. Game over. And so I never really expected them to do like multiple sequels like they've done, and then actually not expected at all that they would have some decent storylines in there. But Chris Rock coming in to save the day, I guess, in a way, like it's cool. I'm gonna give it a chance. I mean, that's fine.
Not surprising, because look, Saw's a movie they can make on the cheap, and they put it out. It's got the name value. Halloween the big titles like that are always going to do well in the theater, so they can make it for the cheap, put it out there, and it's going to make fucking bukus of money. So it's not surprising that they're doing it. The fact that they're going back to the stable and they're just getting the same people, That's the thing that makes me go, I don't know. Nothing against Daryl and Boseman, nothing against the guys who wrote Jigsaw, but the fact that they're just getting the same, for the most part, aside from Chris Rock, the same stable of people to do it, makes me go, I don't think it's going to be that different than the other sequels. But then again, at the same time, being positive, it's something fun to talk about, something we look forward to, we can pontificate about. Now, at the end of the day, when I go sit down in the theater, I'm going to have really low fucking expectations, but that's the thing about movies, man. So, in the end of the day, pretty cool. I'll give it like a, if you're going to the middle, thumbs down, thumb up, I'll be like, I'll be like right there. I'll be like, Comment down below with your all's thoughts. That is the gist of everything we know about the new Saw movie that's coming out. We love your fucking faces. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. Get some fucking goddamn wham up in you. I said, goddamn!
I was ready. For years you've said, goddamn, live or die.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.